You know how ContraPoints makes like a lot of money off Patreon, and there are people who actually get mad over it? They're like, if you make that much money and you're a socialist, you should be doing something with it. And hey, you're right. Hassan should be doing something if he's a socialist with that much in the way of wealth.
He basically says, they make this terrible argument that I totally agree with. What the fuck?
Wait, go back. He literally said that. That's insane.
I know. It's great. You should clip it out. We should clip it out.
Hassan over this, which, to be fair, there are actually quite a lot of them. The left has always been a circular firing squad. And, man, I've talked about these people before with, like, ContraPoints. You know how ContraPoints makes, like, a lot of money off Patreon? And there are people who actually get mad over it? They're like, if you make that much money and you're a socialist, you should be doing something with it. And, hey, you're right. Hassan should be doing something if...
Well, maybe he's saying that they just shouldn't get mad over it. They should just say...
He's saying there's all these fucking assholes out here who make this stupid argument, which I completely agree with.
I know.
However,
you shouldn't get mad about it? I don't know.
I mean, look, I'm only mocking you and your argument, but I also completely agree with you. But also, I'm in a pickle because I want to defend my boy Hassan because one day I want to find our
I'm in a pickle. Okay. That's exactly what's happening.
So please, chat, help me out here. How am I supposed to articulate this so I can somehow argue that I should be able to be an asshole capitalist, but also maintain my socialist cred?
We have the perfect background for a guy who's in a pickle. He literally looks like he's in a pickle jar.
He's literally in the pickle jar. That's right.
How's he going to get out of this one?
That's right. Marx! I turned myself into a pickle!
If you make that much money and you're a socialist, you should be doing something with it. And, hey, you're right. Hassan should be doing something if he's a socialist with that much in the way of wealth. Thankfully...
This is what you call making arguments on the fly.
Yes.
Right here.
Here we go.
He's the largest socialist streamer, to my knowledge, on Earth.
Okay.
So,
are you noticing the eye movements here? I don't know how much faith I put in body language, but it's pretty obvious that Vaush is definitely
flailing.
He's trying to think of a good argument here.
He's drowning right now. Yeah.
I think Vaush probably pays somebody. I don't think Vaush clipped this himself. I don't think this is something Vaush... I think if Vaush watched this, he'd probably realize this makes him look very bad.
Mm-hmm.
But he uploaded it to his channel. I think someone else clipped it.
He
didn't watch it, and he just was like...
Well, I'm sure it has mostly positive comments. So.
I mean, we don't pick our clips. Nathan picks the clips, so... I don't know. He could be picking clips where I look ridiculous, and
that's right.
I don't care. I don't care.
But you're not. It's not. But Vaush is uploading it to his main channel.
Yeah. Okay.
And
so
look at
has
this.
Mostly positive comments and has mostly thumbs up. So obviously his fans don't think it's a dumb argument.
Listen to this. So
he has the eye roll.
Here you go. Here's someone. Here, let me do my impersonation of someone trying to think of an argument on the fly.
Uh-huh. So like there was a guy and he bumped into me and I just happened to accidentally, he must have accidentally dropped his wallet into my pocket. Like I didn't take it.
I know. Look at this. Here, let's back it up and enjoy it a little more here.
Thankfully,
look, long pause,
he's the largest socialist streamer, to my knowledge, on Earth.
Thinking. So
he made his money from the advocacy.
Was there a cut there?
There was a cut there.
There was a cut there. Wasn't there?
Yes. So okay, let's actually hear Vaush's argument.
Happened?
So far we have.
What happened there?
We have
so
Vaush. So Hassan is the largest socialist streamer. Okay.
On the planet.
On the planet.
Yeah.
And he's made his money through advocacy, which Hassan denies.
Right.
Okay.
Imagine if you're a socialist
and
you write a book and it's a pro-socialism book.
Okay.
And you sell that book. and you get rich selling that book,
Yeah.
and people get mad at you and say that because you got rich selling that book, that you're somehow a hypocrite. It's like, what?
Okay, first of all, he's apparently. Remember, the train of thought that started this line of reasoning
Right.
was that he was saying, well, the people that say you should take your money and actually enact socialist causes have a point.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So now he's supposed to be providing a refutation of that, or
Right.
why that doesn't apply to Hassan. And so the reason he says it doesn't apply to Hassan is because Hassan is the biggest social streamer,
Which is irrelevant.
is not an answer.
Yeah,
I thought that was a
point.
setup to something.
Moot point.
Yeah. And then says, well, actually, I say it's a counterpoint, because I'd argue that the biggest political leader of any movement
has more pressure to do something. Yeah,
exactly.
You're right. Yeah,
exactly. Has more pressure to be the model of the cause,
Totally.
especially if a cause that's not popular.
Yeah, you're very
Okay.
right. Yeah. Yes. He's the most responsible for doing
Right.
something. Yeah.
And then he brings up his second point, that Hassan has made most of his money through advocacy.
Mhm.
Again, a counterpoint. Okay.
Hassan
Advocacy
denies,
implies that
yeah.
you're going to be advocating for something that's going to materialize in the world, right?
Yeah, for other people. Yeah.
Okay. And then he totally realizes that he's going nowhere and that his argument's crashing and burning, and thus has gone back to the straw man of saying, this is like people saying socialists can't make money, which
Yeah.
wasn't even the fucking straw. He created a straw man argument to respond to, and then realized the straw man argument was more valid than his response and gave up on it.
I know. He's
In
like, wait a second.
conversation.
I'm building a straw man here. This straw man is kind of buff. This straw man might beat me. Holy shit, I can't even fight this straw man.
Vaush built a scarecrow to punch down, and then when he punched it, it just fell on top of him. So now he's rolled out covered in straw, and he's like, I'm gonna jump away now. I'm gonna go hide in the ditch. Bye.
Yeah. He's going the Bernie Sanders route. He's like, look,
Yes.
he wrote a book and everyone loved it. And now he's got no obligation to be an advocate.
Oh my god, I've never seen anything like this.
You from advocating for the
And you wanted to skip this, Adam.
thing people at you. And imagine if you're a socialist and you write a book, and
Bernie
it's a
Sanders.
pro-socialism book, and you sell that book, and you get rich selling that book, and people get mad at you and say that because you got rich selling that book, that you're somehow a hypocrite. It's like, what? You got rich from advocating for the thing people are accusing you of. Yeah, it's very, very silly. I mean, it's
Look
My
at that
God.
pause game.
I know.
Perfect pause game.
You could have given the book away, Vaush. I don't get it.
That's the pause that says, "Are they buying it?"
Oh, totally. Wouldn't they? I mean, wouldn't the book reach more people if the book was free? Maybe not. It's hard
I
to
think-
say.
really,
I
really.
think Vaush created a straw man, and he was going to light it on fire, but then he realized he accidentally lit himself on fire.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, he's annihilating himself here. This is like self-immolation. we're watching.
really, really silly. There are from
Just calling it really silly. I mean, didn't he make a big show of how his arguments were unassailable, and now they've been reduced to like
The unassailable argument of
right.
accidentally destroying yourself with a straw man.
the liberal end of things,
Uh-oh.
accusing you of. Yeah, it's very, very silly. I mean, it's
accusing you of
Accusing you of, it's very silly.
what's it accusing you of what?
Of,
Accusing you of violating your principles. We're following along, Vaush. We know what's going on here. Yeah, they're accusing you of violating your principles because you have
Adam,
really,
Adam,
really.
just keep swimming. Just keep swimming,
you
okay?
violated your principles and you know it. You know it. You
Just
know
keep
it. Listen,
swimming. You gotta tread water.
Vaush,
You're gonna drown.
5 minutes ago, Vaush said, I agree that they should be doing something. He agreed.
That wasn't 5 minutes ago. That was 30 seconds ago.
I know. It's
Okay.
terrible.
Vaush is simultaneously somehow drowning and also on fire.
really, really silly stuff. There are from the bad faith liberal end of things.
See, listen. Is he calling conservatives liberal? I guess he is.
I don't know what he's doing. Yeah.
He's saying lefties and liberals. Conservatives aren't even on the playing field anymore. Jesus, Vaush, what happened? Did you do a genocide or something? What's going on?
See, the liberals are the conservatives. It's all the same thing when you're a communist.
I guess.
The reason why this type of, it's really, really, really silly stuff. There are, from the bad faith liberal end of things, the reason why this type of criticism is so consistent is because it's a really, really good way of delegitimizing and hamstringing socialists without actually addressing their arguments. You delegitimize them by getting people to believe.
Vaush, you didn't even address the fucking argument yourself.
I know. What the fuck? We've addressed the argument more than he did.
You tried to address it, and then you gave up because you realized you didn't have an answer.
Well, he knew that he couldn't. First of all, the argument, the counter argument, which we made very clearly, you know, you're violating your own principles. It makes you appear untrustworthy. People have entrusted you to be an advocate for them. You're totally screwing them over. You know, all of that stuff was well articulated. Vaush can't argue against that because he knows it's right. He knows he agrees with it.
I'm not sure.
Like he even admitted he agreed with it.
If you were to ask Vaush, why is it important for people? Why is it socially important for people to have consistency? I don't think he would know or have an answer for that question.
Well, he
know that
he
it has
wouldn't
to do
have
with
the
trust.
evolutionary psychology. I
No.
would know. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
He would know as soon as he like went to bat for Hassan and Hassan fucked him over. Like as soon as he got big.
Right. Hassan says, "Who are you?"
Yeah. When Hassan is working at MSNBC and Vaush shows up there, you know, to get his position at MSNBC in 10 years, and Hassan is like, "Oh yeah, you know, I don't think he's really right for us. I don't think he's really right for the network." Then all of a sudden, Vaush is going to have a great realization about,
Uh-oh. Where was the consequentialist man now?
Yeah. This is outlined in the 48 Laws of Power, by the way. You're going to love it. You're
Of
totally
course.
going to love it.
When Hassan pulls a Vaush and says, "You know, Destiny and I were never really friends."
Yes, totally. Perfect example. Perfect example. Why did Destiny get so fucking mad about that? Because Destiny's like, Vaush wouldn't even have a career if it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
And how does he repay
I
me?
went out of my way to help this person build a career.
Yeah.
And this is
and how does he repay me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like this.
He gets me kicked off Twitch.
Can't trust those lefties.
I know. Circular firing squad. I've heard
Man.
some tell.
Yep.
Believe they're a hip. They're not. I mean, Bernie Sanders wasn't for owning 3 houses, but they got a lot of people believing that.
What the fuck? Literally? What, Vaush? Now you're simping for a guy that owns 3 houses? Why exactly is it necessary for Bernie to own 3 houses now? Does he need 3 houses to live in? Does everyone need a summer home? Is that where socialism leads?
Of course.
And additionally, the implicit argument is that the only moral way to be a socialist is to be disempowered, which, no, I want everyone to be a socialist. And as long as we live in a world with millionaires and billionaires.
So this is what I was saying.
Yeah, this is wrong.
About how this is the difference between Vaush and Hassan. I'm actually really glad we're doing these videos back to back. If you realize Vaush is making the exact same stupid, dumb fuck argument that Hassan's making.
Totally.
But he's putting on, he's painting a shiny coat of seemingly intelligent conversation.
He uses words like implicit.
Right. But he's literally making the same idiotic straw man point that no one is making.
Right. No one is saying that you have to be powerless. No one is saying that. Yeah.
No one is saying socialists can't make money. No one is saying socialists have to be poor. No one's saying they have to be powerless. No one is making this argument. And Vaush knows that no one's making this argument because he literally gave their argument that they were making and then couldn't address it.
I know, exactly. And had to jump ship and have the editor cut out what he actually said.
Yeah.